Texts and calls on both. From the Nothing Ever Happens update desk, Larkin's list is not expanding. It's 3 teams still confirmed. Lane St. James of the Free Press. And the Pistons made a trade, but not really anything significant. More of a drip, drip, drip.
Yep. Margins.
On a hot summer day, we're waiting for that hose to get turned on. Our question is, which of these teams are more annoying to you, more frustrating, is causing you to be impatient as we wait? 248-539-9797. Let's start with Mason. You're on 97.1.
Hey, guys. To answer your question, I would think that it's definitely the Red Wings. And the reason I'm starting to get so frustrated here is with Steve Yzerman is because early on he was so reluctant to ever trade any of his prospects. He's been reluctant to make trades. And then all the reporting was out that he never wanted to give out term. And then there's even been some reports lately that he wouldn't want to pay market price for DeBrincat. So I sit here and I think, like, what do you want to do? Because he always says he doesn't want to do all these things that you have to do when you're trying to get good players.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to do any of them. So I'm just so confused as to what he actually wants to do that's going to get this team to a Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I'm a little confused by, hey, we're keeping Dylan, no promises on a trade. He's got 5 years left on his contract. Okay, then why is this the only move? You haven't really made any moves the offseason to push the team forward then. If your contention is Dylan will be here until I damn well trade him, then build a hockey team. What's the holdup?
It's been the same thing year after year, and I feel like he just sits there and this team just doesn't change, and it's the same thing every year, and I don't understand how he's allowed to sit there and not make any moves, and then you got a guy who scores 40 goals and is physical and tough on the boards, and then you say that you wouldn't want to pay him market value. I mean, that doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, and again, that's from Elliot Friedman kind of speculating, connecting some dots, but it would jive with the way that they've conducted business now into the 8th offseason of Yzerman. I get the frustration there. Like,
I'm more annoyed with the Pistons.
Okay.
Only for one reason. And I think I'm more patient with them, though, but I am more frustrated only because the Wings, even if they make a big move, okay, they're still a ways away from getting to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yep.
Okay, let alone the playoffs or all that stuff. The Pistons, everybody who has vision knew the problem before the playoffs. Everybody with vision, and even Trajan Langdon addressed some of their maladies after the season, knows what they need to take the next step, and they haven't done that yet. They've done some moves marginally. I don't think it's going to make them better than the Knicks or those type of teams. Even Toronto now with Kawhi.
Yeah, their offseason has been frustrating because it does feel like we're all staring at the same stuff. Mm-hmm. Get that secondary scorer creator for Cade, and then outfit the roster with shooting around them.
Yes,
and it feels like they're doing the shooting around them part.
Yeah,
but the thing staring you in the face is who's the co-star for Cade, because it's not Jalen Duren, even
Correct.
if you work out the deal. And Asar is a defensive chess piece, but he is not a guy that's taking pressure off on the offensive end of the floor. So what are you going to do about it? And it feels like they are dancing around, circling, and we're just waiting to see them pull the trigger. Like, Stoney, this has to be leading somewhere. With the moves they've made this offseason, and the latest from yesterday, dumping Karis LeVert, attaching a couple second-round picks, taking back Prince and Harris, who are minimum salaries, creating a trade exception. You factor that in with dumping Isaiah Stewart for cash savings, right?
Yeah.
Where is this leading? $48 million under the luxury tax when all is said and done. Where is this headed? It's the hot summer day, and we're just getting the drip, drip, drip. Isaiah Joe, right? Torian Prince, drip, drip, drip. Collins on a front-loaded, essentially a one-year deal when you really break it down in terms of guarantees. Drip, 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 drip. Turn the hose on. We're thirsty.
I know. Hey, look, he's being measured. He's being patient, and maybe that's part of my problem is I'm not patient enough right now. Kevin O'Connor, who writes for the NBA for Yahoo, who's done it for years, he retweeted the trade when Shams broke it yesterday. And he says, what's next for the Pistons? Got to be something bigger brewing.
He sees what we see.
Yes. Everybody does.
You don't make all these moves for John Collins and to just bring Duren back.
No. And I think...
And outfit the bench.
Right. And I was listening to Bill Simmons' podcast, And him and Zach Lowe talking about, excuse me, how disappointing the Pistons offseason has been.
You got to tie it together with something more significant.
Yes.
Now, what is it? I mean, I feel like we've discussed a lot of the names, like the Trey Murphy stuff. Kevin Durant maybe is an option. Again, cap space, trade exception. Where is this going?
Right. Like, even if they would get, let's say, Michael Porter Jr., he's far from a Robin. He's a really good outside shooter.
Yeah. Again, it would fall into the category if he makes them better, but does he put them in that contender, the premier title contender category?
No.
Some text coming in. Way more frustrated with Trajan. The Pistons are actually on the cusp of contending. The Wings are a disaster. This is expected with Stevie.
Yeah, I understand it.
To me, it's the Red Wings. I don't understand how Yzerman has a job. I have no trust in how he'll handle this Larkin situation and ever get us to the next level. Signed, Nate. All these moves are just to free up money for Duran and Asar. The big move we need and want won't happen. Well, they didn't have to do any of this to keep Asar and Duran, right?
No, at least for a year. They are also saying that even if they get the 25% or whatever, the deal that they would re-sign him for a year, it sets up for his next deal. That's where they're saving money for.
Oh, well, but
that would be awful.
Let's not worry about his deal 4 years from now.
Right.
Let's worry about winning while Cade's in his prime.
Isn't that the frustration here? Is it seems like nobody's pressing to win right now.
Right. In this town.
Larkin should keep the heat up just so I can hear all the Yzerbot texts for the next 3 months. Peak delusional fan base. Good work, Larks.
I don't think there's that many Steve bots anymore.
There are.
Stoney, we had a day about a month ago, roughly.
We were
I
inundated
couldn't
with them.
believe we took 2 of these Yzerbot
I
calls.
wondered if I had been teleported back in time and it was like 2023 or something.
Was this before the Larkin stuff?
After Larkin stuff.
Really?
Yeah. It was like bizarre too. It was like a run on Yzerbot calls
Somebody still used the lottery
as the excuse.
Come on, really?
The idea of live streaming the cutting of the C off of Larkin's jersey, perhaps long-suffering season ticket holders can cut one stitch at a time, like cutting down the nets in the NCAA tournament.
Would you be? You're only a 20-game
Yeah,
package
I wouldn't
guy.
be
You
at the
wouldn't be
front of
allowed.
that line. No.
By the way, did you have to get 22 games this year because there's one more home game?
I'd have to double check on it. I'm not sure.
Why are they doing that?
84 games.
Just so they get more money, right?
Yeah. It's kind of flying under the radar. I don't even know if people realize it. 84 games next season. Has anyone ever thought that maybe Larkin doesn't want to move? That's why he's not expanding his teams, but instead wants to embarrass and pressure Yzerman.
No, it's too late for that. We're halfway through the off season already, right? Or not halfway, but yes.
I don't think it's that he doesn't want to move. I think he very much does want to move. You don't have this come out. You don't voice this request unless you're serious. You're the captain. It's the only team you've ever played for. This is not a decision you make lightly. He wants out. Do I think there is something to pressuring Yzerman by not expanding the list right now during the heart of the NHL offseason? Yeah, that is embarrassing, showing up, pressuring Yzerman. He could expand the list in August. And at that point, the carousel's done with big moves in the NHL offseason, and Yzerman didn't make his team better and looks like a buffoon, and Larkin now goes, oh, yeah, now I'll add a couple more teams, Steve. How about that for you? I mean, that would be the spite play, right?
Yes.
And that's why if we got Yzerman with truth serum, I'm sure he would not say too many nice things about Dylan right now.
But it's weird because Gov mentioned the communication back and forth that we had earlier between Yzerman and Pat Brisson, Larkin's agent. He is very highly respected. I can't see him doing like a Scott Boras BS stuff. It would be done professionally.
Well, this is going to get to a breaking point here, though, at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's forced to go to Traverse City.
Well, they don't do that anymore.
They don't do that.
Or that
They're saving money.
248-539-9797. More feedback, more frustrating Pistons, Red Wings off seasons, 97-1.